Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Ecom Pulse podcast. I'm your host, Eitan Koter. And today I have a very, very special guest, Daniil Andreev from Ecorn, an e commerce agency and an official Shopify partner. Daniil, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you for the intro. I'm super happy, super charged to be here. I'm pretty sure we'll have interesting chat today.
Yes, Daniil. I know. I've been searching for someone to speak about, what's trending specifically in AI in e-commerce. And you and I, we had an amazing chat, and you're doing so many things in this area. So this is going to be the topic of our uh, interview today. And so I would love to start, with your personal story. Everyone has a story. I would love to learn more about you, how you ended up, in this business, and what are you working on these days?
Sure. So I started doing. I started my career by doing different side hustle when I was in school. I was very obsessed with earning my own pocket money to buy stuff that I was not able to buy. Uh, that's how it was like my first motivation. It's true,
Sure.
and I started by doing some small internships, and I also figure out like there is also some ways I can I can hustle some money with selling things. And I discover at this time when I was in school, it was just the beginning of this, I would say, social media commercialization era when different you was able to start an Instagram page and occasionally and just like over 3 2 weeks you can start selling something because it was super easy to acquire traffic.
Yes.
And at this moment I was learning how I can make money on this, and I started a couple of drop shipping businesses in this sphere. And I figured, wow, like e-commerce is amazing. I can do whatever I want. I can sell whatever I want. I can do business all over the world. And it was quite easy at that time because it was not that competitive. And that's how I started like learning about e-commerce. And then I was also thinking maybe it's all like a side projects, not something serious. I'm not sure I can make it for a living. I'm not sure if it's a serious enough job, and also like parents telling you like, hey, how about your job? Are you going to find something? So I was trying also to do a corporate career. I went to Big Four consulting company to try myself as a consultant. And during that time, I was doing a couple of internships in startups. It took me like 3 months to figure out that startups is something more fitting my personality, because one of the startups I was working at, it was just like after I stepped in after a few months of work, it was acquired by Mars for around 500 million bucks. And I was like, wow, I was in there. Like, why
That's a good
didn't you?
experience to start with on the startup
Yeah. And I was
career.
I was questioning the founder. Like, we were in very good relationship, and I was asking like, why don't you pay me with some equity? Like, why just this?
Yeah.
I want to work with startups and I want to have equity. So I decided to also to do the 360 to 180 pivot in my life. I decided to at this moment I had experience studying in France and South Korea, and I wanted to do something in Asia, and especially in e-commerce, because I felt like e-commerce is something I already know how to make money in. And I felt like China is a place to learn e-commerce. So I went to China to study master degree in Zhejiang University in Hangzhou. It's a capital of it's very, very old capital in China. It was capital for 100 years, and then it's become a capital of Alibaba, because Jack Ma was occasionally a teacher in English teacher in some of one of the university of this town. So I tried to get in, and I got in to the corporate world, Chinese world, with Alibaba, and especially their internal internal accelerator and incubator for projects. And I was just in the edge of corporate and startup world. I also was not very happy about how corporate life feels like, but I felt a lot of opportunities are here, and these guys were doing a lot of things with AI at this moment. It was 2019, just before COVID happened, and I felt like, well, China will be for like next 10 years of my life, and it was very, very interesting. But COVID happened, and I had also to do another 180 pivots, and I decided to do to focus on my own business rather than bringing value to stakeholders. So I started my agency. At this moment, I already had a bunch of projects running by myself as a consultant or freelancer. I had a team of a few people who were helping me, and I decided like I have to do 100% of my focus on building services, and especially tech focused and product focused for those innovative brands who are going to change the e-commerce industry. They don't want to sell like 20 years ago. They want to have innovations. They want to have the most cutting edge technologies, and they want it to be like a startup chasing unicorn status. So that's how I started the Ecorn, which is like basically the name of our agency is Ecorn because it's about e-commerce unicorns, and we shorten it into Ecorn.
Okay, you're definitely in the right space for sure. And great. So today, I mean, you're working, I know, on a variety of e-commerce projects, right? And a lot of generative AI and LLMs type of research. You know, you're checking a lot of hypotheses around around AI in e-commerce. You also, you know, have a startup that previously you managed, right, with the
virtual fitting rooms.
Right? So, I mean, you took Ecorn, I mean, to the next step, I guess, in terms of innovation and trying to come up with more and more, unique proposition in technology. So let's probably dive in terms of what you see working these days. And I know that many of the brands are already implementing AI variety of aspects, right? Both for cost reduction, shrinking times, go-to-market times, in terms of writing product description and variety of content around images and videos. So I mean we see so many use cases, and probably we all struggle to understand if these AI tools are enough, or it's maybe 50% enough or 80% enough. It's always required a human touch around that. So I'd love to get your perspective from your research, and please share what are you working on, what have you tested, and what do you think we are in the AI world.
Yeah, that's amazing topic, and pretty wide topic as well. So I'll try to narrow it down to my to my experience of dealing with e-commerce and AI. So I was when I was in China, I started to figure out that what is called AI is usually something pretty much adopted in different stages of e-commerce business, in the business of suppliers, in the merchandising, in software that merchants are using, in the way how these merchants are acquiring customers. So it was there is a very I don't know, it's like a common sense that says us like AI is something new, but actually AI was with us for a couple decades. In different appliances and different
so you're
applications.
Suggesting that China is making progress not just in the overall e-commerce GMVs, but also in the adoption of AI in e-commerce, right?
Yeah, I would not just say China is doing that. I would say also like a lot of software companies are using AI for a long time, but no one cared about this. No one cared about this because it was not hype topic, and it was just
Sure.
about that data science and machine learning, and it was not that trendy. But right now it's trendy and everyone trying to highlight it. And moreover, it was very expensive before to create something with AI, because you need to have developers who are very expensive, machine learning specialists. They are probably the highest.
Data sciences.
Data scientists. They are probably the highest paying engineers in the world, because so many startups want to have them in the team. And right now it's pretty much democratized. Right now anyone can build their own AI model, anyone can build their own image generator, product generator. Moreover, you can create your own algorithm and integrate it with any famous platform like Shopify, or you can work with AI on your Amazon listings or any other product. So it's right now, I think, is the best. Even though AI was for quite a while, right now is probably the best time to do something with AI, because this OpenAI mainly, I think, is there. We should say kudos to them. They opened this gate to democratize AI algorithms to consumers, indie hackers, indie developers, and just product people who understand the business logics that they need to build. And right now they have perfect tools to build these logics. But I started a little while ago. I started diving into AI while it was necessary to hire expensive specialists. So I was trying to acquire the PhD students for internships in my startup. I was trying to figure out how what kind of competitions are these guys are interested in, what kind of models, AI models, and what kind of ideas they are passionate about. And by coincidence, I was building a product that was creating virtual fitting rooms, and it's pretty sexy idea. I would say everyone want to be part of sexy idea. It's very easy to sell it to your team. It's very easy to hire someone, and also it's quite easy to raise money when you have sexy idea, because if you're building boring stuff, no one is interested. But in the end, I think boring stuff brings more money. But
but I mean, your startup was like a virtual try-on, so you're in a sexy field, fashion, with a sexy type of technology, right? So makes a lot of sense.
It was very interesting, very sexy. So it helped me to bring some of very talented AI specialists who were writing their research papers. They were studying PhDs in different universities across Europe and US. And I felt like it was even easy to acquire talents from other countries. I was hiring from China, India, US, Canada, Ukraine, many different countries. And it was quite easy because the topic was interesting. But right now, I would say it would be even more easier, because most of the work we were doing at that time right now is just like on the end of our fingertips. Is on our fingertips. We can just build a lot of things with ChatGPT, with a lot of AI infrastructure companies like Replicate and platforms who help you to deploy AI models in production and integrate them with other software. So now it's quite became much cheaper. And I also become more passionate about it. Since I was building virtual try-on, at that time I was building a VC baked startup that was very capital intensive and required a lot of PR stuff, a lot of this communication with investors, with accelerators. You had to be always on spotlight in the industry. So I was working and spending a lot of time just to be part of the fashion industry, fashion innovations industry, because it's like a specific niche where these guys from luxury fashion are discussing how to make innovations. That's pretty questionable. No, don't want to hurt anyone, but this industry is quite, I would say, laggy comparing to other, even according to other like e-commerce verticals and retail verticals. But they are trying their best, so not going to judge them. And I figure out right now it's also much easier. You don't need to have like capital from investor. Probably you just need to have a bunch of few $1,000 to pay for OpenAI credits if you want to launch something new with AI. And you can do a lot of things right now by yourself without hiring team. So I started testing. If like years ago you was able to focus on one idea and test it and focus on 100%, and you had no other shots. So right now I'm working on a bunch of different products at the same time. All of them are related to AI, and I'm coming up with new ideas like every week. And every week I'm about to test and try something else, something new. And the best part about it is that go to market and go from idea stage to market stage is less than a week right now. And it also brings a lot of competition, but I believe that the industry is still there is so many space here, so many different new ways to apply AI. So there is space enough for many more. And right now I'm working on application of AI applications for e-commerce. Especially I'm focusing on Shopify ecosystem because I was working with this ecosystem for more than 6 years now, and I'm pretty familiar. I already having my own Shopify stores. I was working a lot with different Shopify store owners and merchants, and I was building Shopify apps. So I know the industry from quite different point of views, and I like it. I really like the ecosystem, and I feel like if you have to choose the niche where you want to build something, it's very important to choose niche, and choosing Shopify is pretty good idea because you will have probably the best resources to build something. And I use a lot of value created for my projects, and I hope I created a lot of value for community of Shopify developers and partners. And right now I'm focusing on solving problems of developers and merchants for working in Shopify ecosystem. And like talking about developers, since I have my personal connection with deep relation to developers, since I was also learning how to build on Shopify myself a few years ago, and I built a couple of projects for Shopify merchants, like Shopify apps. And I have a team who also work who develop online stores for clients. So I decided to help them, and I created just recently, a few weeks ago, I created the Copilot, AI Copilot, who helps developers to build anything, literally anything on Shopify. And the nature of this is pretty simple. It's just ChatGPT, but with our custom knowledge, and this knowledge has very wide information about Shopify, how to develop online stores, how to use APIs, how to connect different third-party services, and of course how to launch Shopify apps and publish them to App Store. So many different topics that usually are covered by to cover these topics you will hire a senior developer, which will be pretty expensive. And middle and junior developers, they need this expertise, they need this advice, and if they will just search this information by themselves, they're probably going to spend a lot of time, and this thing can help them to cut down this time and give them this expertise while they are building something.
Amazing.
I think if I would have this tool like 5 years ago, I would probably right now I will become a developer, because it's much easier to become a developer. You can ask for like literally anything, and it can bring you back a piece of code as an example, or it can give you a very very practical next steps how to build something. So
Wow.
very
So,
useful.
so you're referring to the task of setting up a Shopify store, right? You need to develop around the Shopify platform. You need to integrate to various extensions and models. You need to set up configuration and templates and look and feel of the storefront. So now you can just go to ChatGPT, integrate your app into it, and with a piece of text, describe what you want, it return you a piece of code that you can embed into the platform. Is that correct?
Yeah. We
Wow.
we have this part that literally can give you a snippet. And I'll give a very simple example. You have a product page on Shopify, and you're a merchant who knows a little bit of code, or you are a developer who is helping his friend merchant, and you're selling women lingerie or bikini, and you need to have a bundle, right? Because you have these top and bottom products. You need to bundle them. This is super popular use case.
Yeah.
So you just ask this Copilot how to build bundles, and it will give you a snippet. You will be able to take it and just copy paste to Shopify, to Shopify theme file. Of course, it will also give you a couple other ways to solve the problem. You can go to Shopify App Store and find a solution there, but you can use it to create your own solution.
Amazing.
If you have a little knowledge of how theme files work in Shopify.
So you're just hitting directly the time issue and the cost, right?
Yeah, time issue, and of course, like resources, because finding good developer sometimes is much harder than to learn code by yourself.
Yes, sure. So this is an amazing use case, definitely for on the development side, setting up Shopify stores. What else you're working on? Let's talk a little bit on the marketing side, probably. Issues like segmentations, personalization, recommendation, conversion rates. What are your thoughts here, and what are you exploring?
Yeah, this is super wide range of different applications of AI, and I'm just learning it because by my personal work experience, I was less engaged into like marketing projects. I was always more about designing, developing products. So I was trying to figure out like these solutions. But right now I'm learning and discovering different marketing
it's a huge topic.
Yeah, it's super huge. And I'm continuously checking recent ChatGPT store where you can have these custom GPTs. And I think that this custom GPT store is a great opportunity, but there are not that many startups, not that many brands who are using this opportunity, because I see a very few amount of good marketing custom GPTs who help you to power up your marketing in Shopify. One of I recently found one good solution. It's also developed by indie hacker and like indie developer famous in the industry. Her name is Coralie. She's from France, and she built a very good customer segmentation. So she took very niche use case for merchants on Shopify who need to do custom segmentation of their email list. It's very powerful feature, by the way. Not only few merchants are using it properly, but if you use it, you can custom tailor your email marketing to focus on specific niche segments of your audience and give them very personalized offers, and this leads to huge conversion rates. I believe it could lead up to like 30% of conversion rate from these emails, because it will be super targeted. And she built very simple custom GPT that you can, if you're ChatGPT Plus or user, you can use it as well. And you can just give your business logic. Let's say I need male customers from who came to our store and made a purchase during BFCM, or they did it last week. And it will give you a query, a prompt that you can insert in the Shopify customers section, and you will get the complete list of these required subscribers. And then you can you can send them some personalized emails or SMS, whatever you have. And I think, like, as a merchant myself, when I discovered this, I was like, wow, I have to start using it right now. And I gave it to my team, and we are now using it every week in a bunch of our clients in our own e-commerce stores. And another great, of course, great topic, I think I want to cover it, that Shopify is also very active in AI field. So they created their own AI models that are integrated inside of Shopify admin panel. Let's say you already can adjust some of product images with AI. This is a recent solution from Shopify editions. They made big updates last week, and they launched this new feature. They already had AI text description generator for a while. I think it's already a year since they launched it, and it's also pretty powerful. But I'm sure that there are many more ways to use AI for product pages. I would also focus on creating as search engine optimization for products using AI for creating meta titles and descriptions. This is where you can simply use AI on your laptop or mobile and just use it for filling up your products, and it will definitely help with SEO. And another great use case, I think, for AI that I recently spotted is conversion rate optimization. I'm still right now. I'm working on product that will help merchants and agencies to do conversion rate optimization for Shopify. Not only Shopify, for any e-commerce, but it will be more useful for Shopify merchants because it will have some prior knowledge of Shopify. And the thing here is that ChatGPT has a model called GPT Vision that can recognize image and analyze it. And I played with it a while in November when it was launched, and it was super impressive. I was able to analyze my fridge. You can send picture of your fridge, inside of your fridge, and it will recognize different products, and it will give you a complete recommendation for next week what you can cook using your fridge,
using the ingredients in the fridge.
Yes. Another use case I was super impressed is it can analyze your any web page, and you can ask it to write down the business logics behind this web page, and it can not just code, not like HTML code, but it can explain and give some assumptions on what kind of buttons, what do they mean, what kind of logics, like between the sliders or different elements of interface. So it can analyze interface as well. And if you can bring some knowledge inside this model, it also can know some good best practices. Let's say social proofs in first 3 pages on homepage will lead to conversion rate growth, or fast accelerated checkout button in product page. There is always a add to cart button, but also it could be buy now button.
And one-click checkout.
One-click checkout. And also one-click checkout usually also leads to a higher conversion rate from product page. So you can teach all this data in a short text file to AI model, and then ask it to analyze the website using this knowledge and give some practical recommendations.
Wow.
I'm literally, I just explained you how it will work. And I didn't build it yet. that will probably, hopefully, next couple of weeks.
Yes.
And
We
I
would love
have,
to see it. Please share
yeah,
it when it's done.
of course, and I'll be happy to share it with community. I
Sure.
think this is not something I'm focused. I'm not focused on making it profitable,
Okay.
like
It's
since
not a
day one or
yeah, it's
something.
not a commercial effort for you, right? It's
Yes, I feel it is low hanging fruit that should be, because AI tokens are democratized, and
sure.
everyone can use it. This is something, if not me, someone else will build it. It just probably the matter of time. But I need this solution right now because I
Okay.
have a lot of conversion rate optimization audits and reports, and I have to help my clients, and sometimes I have to to challenge their opinions, and they have to challenge mine. And if there will be an AI model, I will be more how to say, I think my customers, they will be more confident and secure, because they will have this feeling, oh, AI gave us this recommendation.
Yes.
Probably
Yes.
it's also give you an additional point of view, and will like strengthen your recommendation, your advice. So I believe it will be very helpful tool for me, first of all, for community, because I want to make it open, as I did with Shopify Copilot, and I want people to use it, and I want better conversion rates for the industry, because
Wow.
we all benefit from it.
Yes.
The more conversion our clients have, the better revenues, more money in the industry, more work for agencies like
Yes.
we.
And hopefully more happier shoppers, right?
Of course.
Obviously.
I think everyone benefits from good interface. Everyone benefits from good conversion rate, and business creates workplaces. They also create better products. I like those businesses, vertical businesses. I work
Yes.
a lot with those vertical brands who are founders led. They are founders themselves, are building something. They are thinking
Amazing.
about product. They are doing customer development. They are like calling me on Saturday night, which I'm not always super happy about, and asking me like, how can we improve this like size guide, because I think it ruins our conversion rate. Let's make it optimized.
Yeah.
Please give us some recommendations. Let's talk about this. So I want also to delegate part of this job to AI, and I believe it's possible pretty soon.
Yes. Wow, these are like amazing use cases that are actually available today, right? And we will include more information in the episode show notes, right?
Yeah,
And
sure.
so looking for the future in the following maybe year or even 2 years from now, how do you see AI evolves and adopted in the e-commerce space?
Well, I think that I'm always trying to predict what will happen next with AI and different industries, especially e-commerce. And I also looking on fashion a lot, because I've worked a lot with fashion, AI in fashion, and I hope that AI will be adopted by as many as possible brands and merchants, and it will not be just a hype word and just a buzzword for most of the businesses, but people will see clear value for their business. I think that this hype, it was that big last year, that now we have this aftertaste of, wow, it was a bubble. No one used AI actually. Like, what can you do with AI? It just like writes a generic text, but it's not like that. There are actually a lot of low-hanging fruits, actually a lot of potential value for stakeholders, for consumers, for businesses, and it's very important to look at this with kind of cold mind, and keep an eye on your industry use cases. That's what I believe. But talking about the development, I think we will have more AI generated content and more AI generated businesses, I would say, because right now you can create huge amount of different assets from designs. Right now you can create whole landing pages just from using prompt and using AI design generators like Framer, or I saw like there are a bunch of Shopify applications that are also like working on that, so you can easily transfer design with AI to Shopify. And I see that I recently heard about that like AI generated content during just 1 year is already comparable with everything we generated in the internet
in the internet. Yes,
for like
it
decades.
feels like it.
For
sure, for sure.
So I believe there will be the content generation opportunities will also bring a lot of new businesses, will create a lot of new products. Consumers will have a lot more choices. But it will also be kind of generic, and mass market, let's say mass market will have more options. If you're buying cheap products, you have even more cheap products, you have better advertisement, you will have better user experience using these cheap products, but also competition will be much higher, because I think starting a business is even easier right now. Some people were struggling about how to name their company. Now they can name it with AI. Now they can name the copy for their website with AI. They can use email marketing chains with AI and do so many different things just by asking ChatGPT what I should do next. And this is already, I think, a huge engine for creating new entrepreneurs and businesses and startups that we'll see in future. But also a lot of competition. So right now, I think people who have narrow expertise, I would really question if this expertise can fight with AI. Because I think many jobs can be easily replaced with AI, and many use cases will be replaced with AI in like next few years. So I also see that it will change a lot the workplace side of the market. Let's say agencies will have probably who work in e-commerce. I believe they will have less people. I believe they will have.
We already see this starting, right?
I see a lot of layoffs. It doesn't sound very positive. But I see that markets should evolve, including like job market, and we'll see that people who are passionate about building something, creating something, they will be able to generate 5x. Let's say if your project manager was working on 5 client stores last years, if he is passionate or she is passionate about AI, she'll be able to work on 10 projects at the same time. And it will power up everyone who is working with any industry, actually. But I think with e-commerce, since it's very digital savvy industry, I think it will be very visible quite soon. And another interesting topic, I think, is what will happen to personal elements of dealing with people, of personal like sales, of human touch. And I think that this human touch is something that will be valuable, something that will be luxury. And if like if you see a brand and it's written handmade, we have some kind of presumption that it should be more expensive, because it was like manual labor and probably some, I don't know, energy inside of the product, and people were like putting their efforts and they're laughing at it. And the same will happen probably with different industries, including retail, e-commerce, and fashion. And the more personal approach you will see, let's say your website was designed by AI or by a designer who is passionate about design. You probably will have quite you'll have good quality of AI design. And it's probably enough for some businesses and some consumers.
So I can tell you that the designer that I worked with for the last year, all of them are using Midjourney, right, and Dolly. So that's the current status.
Yeah, they probably using it right now in some parts of
Yeah,
design
almost.
processes, right?
Yeah,
But I also see there are solutions that can create whole design from scratch just by analyzing some prompts and analyzing some
okay,
brand information, and then can create a pretty solid website. And I think
nice.
next
Of
years is
course,
going to
yeah.
be just bigger and better. And you consumer and business will choose, like, you want to work with people or you want to work with
Hmm.
AI, or you want to have a mix of it. I prefer mix because I
Yes,
believe there is something great about human touch, and for something great about AI. There's some capabilities that no human can deliver. So we can mix it up, and those mixed up AI plus human, I think it is something that we will see in any workplace of any like innovative business
yes. So,
next 5 years.
so Daniil, I have a strange question for you.
Yeah,
When do you think, and I want a date, like a fixed date, okay?
yeah.
When do you think we will see the first $1 billion startup with one employee?
Wow, that's a really
Think
good
about
question.
it. I want an answer.
Yeah, that's really good question. I believe we'll have it in um, probably by the end of next year or something.
Really?
Yes, I
Wow.
already, I can explain why I think so, because I know a bunch of startup uh, like indie startup guys who
Yeah.
are, they are solopreneurs, and they are building AI products. They're doing everything themselves,
Yes.
just like one person company.
Yes.
And one
Yes.
of the famous one of them is Peter Levels.
Hmm.
He's very famous in Twitter because he's sharing his journey, how he built these AI companies and how he built different
Yes.
products.
Interesting.
So I'm talking about him. I think he is probably the number one candidate to build something that can scale up to $1 billion. But right now, his ARR,
Yes.
like
Hmm.
his sum of his monthly revenue is more than 1 million.
Amazing.
So if he will be, there is also a new trend from VC trend to make investments into people, and investing into people who have
Yes.
great potential, that so they can
Even without a specific idea. Yeah.
yeah. So I think if someone will try to capitalize, like do a valuation of him, of Peter, and try to invest in him, probably the valuation will be pretty close to 1 billion in a few years. I mean, not
Amazing.
now, but
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
He has the audience. I believe that this will be easily like you can easily get this valuation with one product even, but the main part will be who is your audience and how you can acquire it,
Crazy.
because distribution
Crazy.
is more
Okay, so I
important.
wrote the date. The date is December 2025, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We will explore this and
So
check
what
it
is
very, very soon.
what do you think about it? Is it I want to also hear your bet.
I'm thinking, like, again, real, something that started from scratch, reach $1 billion valuation with one employee. I think I'm thinking more, like maybe 4 years. This is what I'm guessing. This is what I'm guessing. But let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah,
But
let's see.
it's a big. This is the beauty, right, of the industry, and this is what excites all of us. I think what's laying ahead and what's coming. So it's very, very interesting. So Daniil, I mean, wow! Thank you so much for this really amazing episode, and the title of the episode. I mean, AI and e-commerce and the great things that you see. So plenty of things to share here. Thank you so much. Now,
Thank you.
on a personal note, could you share
Mhm.
with us something that you do that no one else in your professional network knows about you?
Well, I think there are plenty of stuff because I'm not actively sharing to my personal, to my career and professional network, like what I'm
Of
doing, like
course. This is
other
why I
than
ask. I
yeah.
ask all the guests the same question at the end.
Yeah, yeah. I think there are like plenty of things could be easily I can name easily. One of them
Yeah.
is I'm and I think it's pretty trendy right now. Many people do it, but I don't have one place that I can call home,
Uh-huh.
and I'm doing a very active digital nomading.
Wow.
So traveling and
Yes.
living in different places,
Yes.
and I lived in since I think since 4 years I since last 4 years I lived in more than 6 countries. I mean,
Wow.
lived by. So I went there, I settled up my life, rented everything, and like
Amazing.
started like building a local network and stuff like that. And it feels kind of cool, and it's difficult to change this lifestyle to
Interesting.
something
Where
else.
are you now?
Right now in Spain, Barcelona.
Barcelona, Spain. Nice. Good place. Good place.
Yeah, it's really good. So I even think about maybe here I'm gonna stay a longer than
Longer
usually.
time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So thank you so much. Where people can find you?
Well, I'm open to chat anywhere in LinkedIn, Twitter. I mean
Yeah.
X. Um, I think you can find by my full name there, or you can just find Ecorn, also
Yeah.
Ecorn, quite easy, and then you can find it everywhere. We post content, create content on many different
Yes.
platforms.
The e-commerce unicorn.
Yeah.
That's a great summary for the episode. Thank you, Daniil. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ethan. It was nice to chat with you.
Bye bye.